And so, I mean, look, climate change and the causes of it
Mhm.
are one of the most urgent yet most ignored issues that we face right now. Because look, a lot of us don't want to think about the impacts that even us personally are having on the environment. Like every one of us has our own footprint, right? Carbon footprint, as they call it,
Mhm.
and we all have an impact on what's happening to the world. Whether we like it or not. So it's hard to want to take personal responsibility for that. And honestly, it is the fact that unless massive corporations around the globe start taking concrete action, then not much can change, right? So it's a little bit of a helpless feeling, but that's the reason
You know, it is
for protesting
it
is
is
to get their attention.
yeah. Even if we were to get their attention and they started taking uh, accountability and
Hmm.
start implementing some regulations to reduce the amount of waste they release into our atmosphere, that still doesn't stop the fact that when you go to less developed countries, they don't have any regulations around this. And we share the same ozone layer. We share the same atmosphere with them. So even if you were to go out here in America, you protest all you want, get the regulations passed here, they're not going to affect an average farmer in Kenya.
It's a
But this,
global issue.
yeah, it's a global issue.
It's a global
So
issue, absolutely.
how do
But
you think we can manage to get to that point where the entire world is addressing that?
set an example. Look, that's how it works on any global issue.
Mhm.
Is that the countries that have the power and the means to do so can set an example, and that's what's expected of the U.S., other major nations, on a lot of things, right? Not just climate change. It's expected that we set an example when it comes to peace efforts, when it comes to other global, um, you know,
Human rights?
disease prevention, all sorts of
Yeah.
issues that affect everyone. Sustainable ways of living. I mean, you can shop from local farms, for example. And as I mentioned, as an individual, these are the things you can actually do that have the biggest impact. Um, I read that you could, as a comparison, right?
Mhm.
You could go for an entire year without using paper. That would save 8 trees, something like that. Versus if you went, I believe it was a month without eating beef, you would save 3,200 trees. And so, as